another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woohoo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover some more Generation 2 Insecticons. Yes, let's cover this final one and take a good look at Kickback. Here's G2 Kickback in his grasshopper, locust mode, katydad, whatever the heck kind of bug you really want to call it. I personally always thought they were grasshoppers, but you know, he's a very, very cool looking bug, and he does have a lot of decent pulsability. I mean, he's a neat looking little thing, especially since, you know, he is a gigantic brick of a bug. The little Diaclone guys, they really don't fit very well inside of him because he does have a fairly large chasm. This chasm is almost big enough to put two of them in, which is kind of nice. I do like him a lot. He has got a ton of chrome going on here, which I love these gigantic chrome wings. It just looks very neat. Colors on him are pretty awesome. A lot of yellow comes out on this one, with the nice orange legs and a bit of the red lower leg. I do like him. He's got really decent pulsability, considering, you know, he can move his legs up and down pretty good. And you know, these do move in and out, considering it is a transformation joint. Kind of nice. I do like the idea that the wings are very movable, not to mention the front legs are pretty pulsable as well. He does have a fairly decent range. His head does actually move back and forth, which is kind of nice considering the rest of them don't do that. And he does have little antennas here that move up and down. So he's a very, very pulsable little grasshopper dude. I do like him a lot. He is probably my favorite of all the Insecticons just because of the pulsability alone. Anyway, let's take a quick look at his transformation, shall we? Here's Kickback in his robot mode, and he's very neat looking. I do like how he looks in robot mode. He really does look like an insect man from a different world. Just like him. He's just really, really interesting. The design behind him is just absolutely spot on. I love how G2 this thing is. This thing just screams awesome, and it really does kind of fit in everybody's collections. He does have fairly decent pulsability, and he does have a lot, I'm talking a lot, of shininess to him. I do like his head sculpt though. His head sculpt is very interesting. I do like how insect man it looks. The idea that these antennas here are very pulsable means you can really put some different kind of like looks on him. I mean, you can make him really look surprised, or just, you know, lay those completely back and just make it so that way he doesn't look like he's got any antennas at all. The other cool thing I like about him is the fact that you can position the wings down, so that we don't necessarily have to have them up, and it gives him a bit of a cape looking look on the sides. I do like this. This is very neat. These are actually, they turn 360 degrees, so you can kind of put them any direction you want, but with the gun in the way, you kind of have to move things out of the way to position those right and then put the gun back in his hand. It's very neat. I do like the idea that the hand itself can open because of the transformation gimmick. This gives you a bit of a claw aesthetic, which is kind of nice. Very menacing, very alien insect man. I do like this a lot. Probably, like I said, he is my favorite of the group. Here he has a size comparison with Grimlock, and Grimlock's obviously quite a bit bigger. But we're going to bring out the rest of his little posse here so you guys can actually see how big they are together. I do like this group. This group looks very, very awesome, all in one big shot. I do like this a lot. Bombshell obviously looks like the big brute of the bunch, and Shrapnel looks like, you know, the kind of alien one-punch man dude. And then you got, you know, good old Kickback. Bombshell here I like to have a lot of issues trying to fall over, but then again, this is really not the fault of the toy, it's more or less the molding. But it's very neat, I do like it. These guys work very, very well together. And like I said, I mean, they look very nice next to your G2 Dinobots. They just fit. They fit excellently. I do like it. It's cool. And here's a little Diaclone guy there to show you exactly how big they really are. They are huge. They're great. They're awesome. Should get you some. Anyhow, this has been Plasticon. It's been yet another Generation 2 review. And I'll see you guys around because I have plenty more coming right back at you. See you around. Bye.